Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, the 30th of November. We have nearly made it through the working week, but before then, we have got one hell of a breaking news story coming to you from the crypto space, and that is from the main man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, you may or may not know, he was pretty much the face of many of Binance's campaigns, and there's a huge development. Now, before we get into it, if you are enjoying today's videos and our daily videos we upload every single day for free of charge, be sure to hit that like button, drop me a comment, and please do subscribe because we bring you the latest crypto news every day for free. Anyway, enough of all that stuff. Let's get straight into the stories that matter the most. Let's get into it. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo is arguably the most famous man on the planet. And Binance, to be honest, did a tremendous job of getting him as the face of their company. And personally, even I am a huge Ronaldo fan. Now, he is now facing class action lawsuits against his endorsement with Binance. Now, you'll have to have been living under a rock if you are in the crypto space to acknowledge that Binance, they've had a rough few weeks and months. You know, we've been seeing them getting pursued by the SEC for offering services within the US when they shouldn't have, and various European countries too. Now, CZ stepped down and is facing criminal charges in the US, and actually, he's a flight risk and can no longer leave the US, and now they have appointed a new CEO. Anyway, the point of this is that Ronaldo willingly promoted Binance when he was getting paid to basically be on the face of it. But what the community have come out and said is actually when it comes to FTX, for example, many of its celebrities that endorsed it have also kind of been come out and not attacked, but been held accountable for promoting a product that frankly shouldn't have been promoted. Ronaldo's going to face some problems here, and that is an absolute fact in my opinion. We've seen it time and time again. Lots of celebrities, sports people come into the crypto space. Maybe they've got good knowledge, maybe they've not got good knowledge of the space, but ultimately people follow them because they've got huge powers of influence. Now, Ronaldo is definitely of that caliber. You'd say that many users have joined Binance because of him. Where does this go next? Now, Binance have definitely been found guilty of this action. What happens with Ronaldo? If you look at past examples, you look at Kim Kardashian, a couple of the people that also supported FTX, they got huge fines. The likelihood of Ronaldo getting a fine, I would say, is pretty big, as well as potential legal proceedings from the class action. Let's see how this one plays out, but there's one thing for certain. There is no sue at the moment. Let's go to the next story. So Rich Dad Poor Dad author Robert Ciowski, I'm terrible at saying that name, says that buying Bitcoin now is so important. Don't be caught sleeping like most Americans. Now, the language of which being used here, I just wanted to bring people's attention. Now, if you look at the cardboard index, it's crashing. Shoppers will be stopped from shopping, and that means the global economy is slowing to impossible or possible depression. Now, the Treasury wants to print trillions of dollars in fake money, because that fake money, where is it coming from, to be honest? To buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin, and the prices are rising. Now, it's worth noting that the US is in the top 8 Bitcoin holders. Yes, that's right, the US country. So why are they printing money when they've got this asset they could openly sell and have money? You need to ask yourself that question, and to me, I think he's onto a great point. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I agree. The next story is from Chainlink. It has seen a 401% surge in large transactions, and this is why we've probably seen some significant movements with its price in the last few months. Now, I wanted to bring this story to your attention because it's really important. When we're looking at projects and things to invest in, there's lots of things to look at, and this brings me onto a point of which I really wanted to cover. For me, when I'm looking at volume, I'm not looking at individual wallet holders. I'm looking at the size of the wallets of which they are buying. Now, I don't want one person to go and buy half the supply of a whole project. What I do want is a healthy amount of large wallet holders because they've got a steady flow. If that community is solid, for me, I think, do you know what? There's some smart people, some big people investing in this, seeing its long-term vision. Let's see how it goes. Looking at those finer details is a difference, in my opinion, between making money and potentially getting absolutely wrecked. After all, there's a saying, follow the smart money, and the smart money, to be honest, doesn't invest in small levels. The next story is from the US regulators. Now, apparently, they have identified their next target, and that next target is Bybit. Now, the CFTC, and we covered this story yesterday, they've gone out and sent letters to all of Bybit's users that then sent money to Coinbase, because clearly we know that they were still in the US and still facilitating US people within the crypto space, which of course they shouldn't have been able to have done with the following services. Now this is going to be a very interesting story because Bybit is one of the largest exchanges at the moment. Lots of people promoting it, lots of people talking about it and frankly using it, but they've withdrawn from several countries around the world, and we've seen the UK as one of those. Let's see what happens. This story, in my opinion, could be the next huge story. Let's stay peeled on that. For me, interesting. Now, global deepfake incidents involving AI targeting crypto are at peak levels. Now, this is the interesting part. Now, when people start using AI technology, you automatically think it's for the best. Now, there's a lot of bad people in this world, especially within the crypto space. Now, if you have the ability to generate bad things automatically and have automatic responses, automatic websites, automatic bios, bodies of text, contracts created, you're going to absolutely multiply the amount of bad people doing bad things in the space. Now, this would suggest that we are having a huge increase in AI scams, and I want people to pay special attention to one thing. When you invest in things and you look at projects and people and buy something, look at the team. Are they real? Have they got a record? Have they done stuff before? What is the white paper like? What is the roadmap like? Are they actually going to deliver this, and how visible are they? If you can answer all of those questions, I would say the likelihood of a scam is much less, although it's not zero. Stay away from the AI scams. The final story before we get into the figures are that US banks' unrealised losses has surged to records in quarter 3 at $684 billion. Now, this is unrealised losses on investments and securities held by US banks, and despite the losses, the FDIC maintains that they are well capitalised, even as US bank profits fell 4.6% due to potential loan losses. For me, this is very aggressive language, trying to show that everything is A-okay, but your money printer is continuing to be fired up. To be honest, I'm surprised it's not on fire. It's that warm. This is a huge story. This shows me exactly why I love cryptocurrency. Clearly, the people in charge of some of these countries cannot at all manage and monitor their finances in the country. Anyway, without getting too political, let's have a look at some of the latest figures. The time we're making this video, Bitcoin is touching the top of our range at $37,929. The top of that range, of course, is $38,000. Yesterday, we broke above that, but we've stayed consistent to touching the top of it. I think that we'll probably bounce back a little bit on it today, but let's see. Who knows? There's some great news stories coming out. Very bullish things. Let's see what happens. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is a little bit different to Bitcoin. We saw a little bit of a sell-off. Now, are we going to see that sell-off follow Bitcoin today? Who knows? Ethereum has led in the last week before Bitcoin, but currently with Ethereum we're at $2,035, which is just below halfway within our range. Reminder, the bottom of the range is $1,960 and the top of the range is $2,175. Now let's have a look at the Fear and Greed Index. It's currently at 70, a slight decrease despite the global cryptocurrency market cap having an increase of 0.11% to $1.4 trillion, which is just insane. But let's have a look at what that means with some of the prices. Bitcoin in the last 24 hours is down 0.11%, Ethereum is down 0.79%, BNB is down just over 0.5%, XRP is down 0.73%, Solana is up 3.31%, and got Dogecoin up almost 1%. Let's have a look at Crypto Bubbles. It's a fantastic resource because it shows you visually the way the markets are reacting, and you can probably get a bit of a feeling, a bit of a consensus for where things are at. Now in the top 100, you would say, other than IOTA, it's a pretty, I would say, negative bag. Let's see what today brings. Of course, this is not financial advice on this video. What I am doing is trying to bring you the latest crypto news as often as I can, which is daily. If you are enjoying that, be sure to hit that like button, drop me a comment, and please do subscribe. But there's two things that I want to finish this video is, don't be Ronaldo and don't get sued, and let's go.